Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JARCast episode 293. I'm your host Alex, joined by Jim and James. Like normal.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Media Posdact. My name is James. I am your host. This is episode 293. Today I'm joined by Alex and Jamie.
Why'd you do that?
Who's your favourite chaser from the chase?
The Toyota JZX100 chaser.
Who's the woman one? You know? What's her name? I thought you were the chaser expert. Before we get too deep into this chase, let me shout out the Jar Media Chasereon that make the audio version possible and have their names read out in the first or second week of each month. We've really got to nail down whether it is the Dibby tier or the Sandy tier, because I feel like the last few years we've kind of just been saying you have to be one when it's actually the other, and vice versa. Well, so that's very confusing.
That's on James.
Bad marketing department.
Bad marketing. I'm the only one.
Yeah. My favourite chase is the Dark Destroyer.
My favourite chase is the Dark Destroyer.
Why did you make fun of me?
I don't know. There is a bonus video though, isn't there, guys? You sorted out while I was away.
Yeah, when Alex isn't here is finally when we get to actually make extra vids. I wonder who the...
What the hell? You did a Top Gun Maverick.
As the chasers always say, I'm afraid you're the weakest link.
Goodbye. Do you want to phone a friend?
Yeah.
Hello, Dark Destroyer.
Yeah, it wasn't as they say, was it?
It was just a
chat.
Yeah, it was just because
a blab almost.
We didn't want to sell it out as good as they say, because they seem like they have to be in movies that are older and have like something in the stratosphere, like an accepted opinion. And with it being a new movie, we just talked about it, and it's just jar talks.
Okay.
So it is going to, by the time this video is out, it will be live for the normal YouTube viewers.
Yeah, check that one out. And we recorded a PO Box video right before this, so that should be up as well sooner or later. Give us about 6 months for that.
Jar at the moment has like a 1 year lead time. If you send us something in a year's time, we're going to get around to it. If you've suggested a watch or even left a comment, you're going to need about a year. You might hear back from us. Jar Media, 1 year lead time, connoisseurs.
Conifers.
Yeah, so let's do some housekeeping, because I haven't had a chance to listen to your episode yet.
What a surprise.
So I don't know what on earth you are talking about.
It was just the greatest episode ever recorded on YouTube history.
AI, Marvel.
No, it was called Civilization 6. We were talking about civilization.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we sort of took the lid off of and uncapped our potential thinking avenues and took it further than we've ever taken it before, to be quite frank.
I like it. I really like that.
Good.
Another thing I also liked was the end result of the vote we did a couple of weeks back, just to make sure about the housekeeping segment, if people like it or not, or whatever.
James doesn't like it, for the record.
I don't like it.
James wants it gone.
I do want it gone.
James hates it.
I gave the 3 options, yes, no, or sometimes, to should we remove the housekeeping segment. Overwhelming no, 58% winning. Sometimes being second with 33%. And yes to remove at 9%. So
Crikey.
People like the housekeeping segment.
Congrats to 9%. Your 9% is worth 90, so housekeeping's gone. We're removing it.
There were a couple comments that I whipped up from that episode, not knowing the context, like Great Overlord Chicken Master. Alex has gone for one episode and the cast starts being about advocating for fascism, murder of robots, and the meaning of loss. Truly a Minger episode. Was it the Minger episode?
Yeah, no. It was the intellectual. Yeah, it was the lost episode, but also the intellectual episode. It might be the only episode where we have like even an ounce of intelligence. That's like that's the peak
episode.
That's the peak of Jar. We can't hit that again.
Well, JH says decent podcast would be better if you removed Alex, James, and Jamie.
Well, they didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, fake fan. All I have to say to that.
What do you think about this one from Pastrami Cake? I can't read. Who says
why? Yeah, we know that.
Why do Brits seem to only eat canned beans? Don't they sell normal uncooked beans over there? Nothing beats making your own beans on a slow cooker. Then you can make them refried beans or whatever. I'm guessing this has more to do with culture. In my case, being Hispanic, Mexican, I don't particularly like canned beans because most times I notice a bit of a tin can taste.
James just pointed out we didn't talk about beans last episode, so this person's just talking about beans like
it's
on
just
their
a
own
thought
volition.
he had.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah, it's true.
The thing with British food is that 90% of it is canned.
Canned or in like cardboard.
Yeah, all cardboard cans. And it sounds cool, like good for you that you can make your own beans, but like we don't have the bean manufacturing.
We don't have the technology for that here.
Yeah. Like, so, hello, I've got a slow cooker. Okay, fucking Elon Musk, thanks.
Yeah, air fry those beans next time.
Yeah.
Punk.
It's the cost of living crisis.
Are you telling me you don't have an air fryer?
Well, on that note, I guess, we have some topics to talk about. Shout out to it being Gorilla Day, the day we were recording this. So a collective, and a few chest pounds sort of thing. Nice. I feel like we're really doing Gorilla Day proud.
No. Fucking hell. Do you know what? Why? Do you know why we're doing Gorilla Day proud? Because they got Harambe's semen before he died, and they're making more of him.
He's being kind.
Yeah, no, they when he was like dead, they took his semen.
They milked him.
They milked Harambe for his semen.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So what are they gonna do with it? Make more?
Yeah, they're using his gene. They're using Harambe's...
Making more. Well, like does kind of give it a happy ending.
It goes full circle. Jar after Harambe went into a low era, and now we're going out
Harambe's back, reborn.
When you die, do you want some like higher beings to take your semen and create a new year?
Yes.
It's pretty dark when you describe it that way, but
yeah.
It's the only way. If nobody's having kids, we might as well just milk the men for what we can.
You know, there are like Tigons and Ligers.
Tiger? What's a Tigon?
Tigon.
It depends which one the mother or father is. It changes what they are.
Really?
Yeah. Personally, I much prefer Ligers to Tigons.
I like Tigons.
What is a Tigon? Tiger lion. Tigon.
Tiger lion, yeah, or a lion tiger.
Liger sounds better than Tigon.
I think Tigon sounds cool. So what we're going to do in space, we're going to send the Tigons to conquer worlds
No,
for us.
it'll be the Ligers fighting the Tigons in the intergalactic warfare of resources.
What I don't get is that Ligers are like huge.
Yeah, so
they're
Tigons.
They're giant beasts.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just like a lion and a tiger like put together, and you get like the mass of both.
It's weird, isn't it?
Like it doesn't.
They don't live very long, do they? They're very unsound.
Yeah, they're all like munted.
Yeah,
like Tigons, opposite, perfectly healthy, live millions of years. That's what I mean. They're the spacefaring part of humanity.
Millions of years.
Tigons.
Well, I was just thinking, like, speaking of harnessing gorilla's DNA. What's like a combo of like ape that could create a like Tigon or Liger type creature?
A gorilla tang?
A gorilla tang.
An Orangurilla?
I think Orangurilla is the winner.
Well, it depends on which the further is.
No, because then you got Gorman.
Gorman?
A gorilla and human. A Gorman.
Oh my god.
Gorilla human.
A Gorman.
A Hurilla. If you add Rilla to the end of anything, it just sounds really good. What other apes are there? That's both of them, right?
Pretty much. You got chimpanzees. You got bonobos.
The chimparilla.
You got the horny ones.
Chimparilla.
What's the horny ones called?
Bonobo.
Chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
Are chimpanzees apes?
They're monkeys.
Chimpanzees are apes.
Yeah, no, I just remember what a chimp is.
Is that where imp comes from?
That's where gimp comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, topics, right?
Yeah, Gorilla Day. Why do gorillas have a day?
Everything has a day nowadays.
No, I want a day.
You got a day.
But we're running out of days.
No, days can share.
No,
It's
Can they?
day.
Yeah, when is day day?
Every day is day in
What
some
day
way.
is Sleigh Day?
That was a few weeks back.
Was it in May? Is Sleigh Day in May? Fuck you. I really tried just then.
yeah, it's a first.
So I spent like the last week in a town called Holt.
Wait, what?
Holt.
No, bro, you're going to have to specify because Hull is outside of Bradford on Avon. There's a town outside of Bradford on Avon called Holt.
Well, it's not that one. It's the one in
Because if you're
Norfolk.
spending time in Hull, I would be very concerned because the only remarkable thing of that place is that the roads are shit.
Yeah. It's like a seaside place. And the main reason I wanted to bring it up is because Argy, the corgi, has finally been crowned the maritime boy.
Can we talk about Argy in general? Because many
Well,
months
every
ago-
time you bring him up, people get upset.
for the last few like 10 plus episodes, I've been making jokes about Argy not being here anymore, and Argy isn't here anymore. It's actually happened. He's actually not your dog.
Every time you've described it, you make it sound like he's died.
He's not dead.
He just wishes he was.
After all the sea water he drank.
Yeah, obviously being in Norfolk, went to a few beaches, and the first time he went to a beach, like my parents took him somewhere, and I wasn't there, and they told me the story of how he drank so much seawater, excess seawater, to where he was so swollen and full of seawater that he went to cock his leg to do a piss, and it like shot out of his asshole. And I wasn't sure whether to believe it until I saw it with my own eyes the other day.
Again.
Yeah, he hasn't learned. Every time he goes into seawater, he just like drinks it, covertly drinks it. And then he started crying, and wanted to throw up. So he walked off crying, dug a hole in the sand, was sick in the hole, and then covered it with his nose, getting sick all over his face. And then he went and continued to cry, and then squirted a seawater stream out of his asshole.
Maybe it's a thing animals do though, to like give themselves an enema.
Yeah, salt enema.
Do you think would you do it if humans reacted that way to salt water?
They probably do.
Yeah, if we drank that much, I'm sure we would.
I've got a core memory of like sitting like waist deep in the sea, and then just like a wave slapping me in the face, and I had like one gulp
Mhm.
of seawater, and it's like the worst feeling.
It makes you so parched.
Yeah, to swallow seawater and it like instantly dries your throat out and stuff. And like, how could a dog have more than like one taste and be like, nah, that's alright, I'm having more.
Yeah, every time. And then I guess the thing that makes him the maritime boy is we rented a boat to go on the Broads, like a little electric one. And at the back of the boat, there's this kind of like bar that's like pretty exposed. and that's where he wanted to be. Was like right at the back of the boat,
On the
where
bar.
there's no like guard, and it's like just a sheer drop into the water. He wanted to sit there and watch the world go by. He didn't fall in, but he had his life jacket on, and he became the maritime boy for real.
Which is bad news.
Why?
I hate that. I saw the video with his little life jacket on, and he's sat
I have
there.
not seen the video, but
He sat there like lounging on a boat.
I think I'm already gonna hate it.
Look, I'll show James. No, you like it.
I just hate like a dog on a boat.
Really?
Well, not a dog, him.
Him.
I just hate him.
Guys on a boat, cool. Because he's wandering around, he's like trying to grab
What
shit.
about Paisley on a boat?
See, no, she actually looks like a maritime
Dog.
yeah. Whereas Argy's, he's just wrong.
On one of the other days, I went on like a seal watching trip where they like take you out to a bay and there's like 1,000 seals all like rolling around. And in Norfolk, like everyone has dogs. Everyone. It's crazy. There's like more dogs than humans.
Wow.
And on the people bought some dogs on the seal trip. And when we were getting onto the boat, like one of the dogs like tried jumping on, but it like misjudged and fell down. And like the woman it was holding the lead, and it was like basically being hanged. Like off the edge of the fucking boat, and everyone on the boat was like, "Oh my god!" Well, it was just like being hanged.
Jesus.
So why wouldn't you just let go of the fucking lead?
She pulled it up and then put it on the boat, and then like continued on.
So don't take your dog to see on the seal watching trip. But yeah, back to the point. Iggy is actually not Alex's anymore. Do you want to actually explain the meaning behind the meme?
Do you think they deserve to know?
He went to a corgi farm and he's not been seen since.
Yeah. Well, Jim knows what's up.
Well, as everyone knows, dogs and cats get on like really well. Always. Like that's just
By
nature.
default.
By default, dog, cat, friend, no hardships. So Billy was like, "Hello, Jamie. Could we please have Augie live with me?" And I said, "You know what, Billy? Considering you asked so nicely, I'll bring him in, even though I don't like him, and every time I see him, my blood boils." And I like if I was a bad person, I would abuse him, but I'm not. I'm a good person, so I don't.
Good.
And so I took little Argyle, the Pembrokeshire tri-corgi, under my wing, scrunched up next to Billy, and they're living happily together.
It's like a sitcom over there.
It is like a sitcom. It's like a little cartoon where a rat chases a cat or whatever.
Tom and Jerry sort of thing.
Yeah. So that's the bad news, everyone.
Yep, pretty bad news for everyone to listen to. Just like that bad news for Rockstar, you know.
The Rock.
The what? He
Or the
apparently
Oh,
broke.
Rockstar. No, I got you.
The Rock is the new. It's been leaked that The Rock is the new main character in
In Grand Theft Auto 9.
Grand Theft Auto
The
6.5.
the second character is
Gal Gadot.
that other guy.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is the second playable character in the upcoming hit video game Grand Theft Auto 6 Vice City Stories.
So there was like a huge, like it.
Massive.
I was saying to James earlier that it feels like being 15 again with the like GTA leak montages and video. Like that was one of the things that drew me to Iceman's channel originally. Was he was doing GTA 5 leaks, and he got like a strike on his channel from posting leaked footage of a van driving up a hill.
Do remember that? Holy, it's going full circle again.
Yeah, so now like GTA leaks are back, but they're real this time. They're real.
Yeah, they're just straight up real.
Really bad leak considering how much footage was out there.
It was like 90 videos or something.
Yeah, I saw when I saw it. It was pretty fresh after the news came out, and like there was a 2-hour upload of just clips just strung together on YouTube, which I kind of flicked through and had a look at. Yeah,
It was like debug footage. Like it was 2019.
Leaked 2019
debug
build.
footage.
Yeah,
Like
So
really
obviously
early.
it was- obviously the footage was like rough.
Mm.
But gave you an idea that A, it was in development, and B, kind of loosely what it will look like, I guess.
Yeah, but very, very bare.
Yeah,
I
at
think,
least confirm like a setting and a couple of characters.
Yeah.
and-
I think to see any of it and be like, well, that looks crap, I'm not buying that. Which you see a surprising amount of people saying. In
Yeah.
comments
It
and
was
stuff.
causing a lot of stir because some fucking really ignorant guy was like, this game's gonna look shit because graphics are the first thing they finish in a good video game. So pretty much everyone in the game industry is, oh, look at this footage of the graphics being done first, and it's like the most worst looking game because it's like the earliest build,
Yeah.
like Uncharted chase scenes and whatnot, where it's all just grey boxes because that's
Mhm.
how they make games.
Yeah.
So it's been really interesting to see all this early footage from every game, just because that every dev is.
I kind of wish they'd released this kind of footage after games were released.
Yeah.
Because like it's really interesting to see like the process.
Yeah, because they'll do it for like animated movies and stuff. They'll like show like rough cuts, rough shots and things. Put them in blooper reels.
Yeah. It's just like, especially with a game like GTA, where it's like, where do you even
So
begin
complex. Yeah.
making this? And to see it at this stage is actually quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Miami setting?
It makes sense. Basically GTA has been in like 4 locations: New York, Miami, Los Angeles. It's going to be Vice City, just from GTA 4 coming out. It was like Vice City is on the horizon somewhere.
Yeah, and presumably, I guess the fear was like how much the online section of the game is going to be.
Yeah.
Like how intrusive that's going to be or whatever.
Part of me was wondering if they were even going to do a single player.
Yeah.
With Down Houser being gone.
Mm-hmm. It certainly looks like they're still doing that. Like the lead 2 characters are kind of shown in there, and it's like their voices and stuff.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, because you lost your bet. You'd be hyped if it was coming out.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's like I'm not going to get invested in a single player game like that when I know the worst gaming thing is on the horizon for it. Because GTA Online is like disgusting in terms of the way they monetize it.
But like Red Dead Online turned out to be a dud in the end. But like that doesn't take away from its single player, which is still there. So
No.
if they do that again.
But then I also didn't get sucked into Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Will I get sucked into GTA 6? No.
But I mean, you're saying you're not going to buy Modern Warfare 2 at this point as well. And it's like, yeah, you are.
I'll bet you £50 right now I'm not going to be playing Modern Warfare 2.
Fuck off. I'm never making a bet with you again.
You're banned from betting.
Yeah.
Good.
James should be banned from Betfred or
Ladbrokes.
When they drop a trailer,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to go nuts. It's
Yeah.
going to go crazy and hype is going to skyrocket. And my bet is that Rockstar won't miss. Again,
Mhm.
it's gonna blow everyone away.
Yeah, possibly.
I
But
think it's at
until
least
then,
going to look really impressive.
Yeah, but I think with gameplay and stuff, from what they showed, it's like inspired by Red Dead, kind of, and slightly more grounded in reality in terms of like limitations. It looks like, I don't know if they'll have an option or something, but it looks like you're not going to be able to have like a rocket launcher in your pocket.
Yeah, well, you're like
I don't know if they'll have like
or something.
I don't know if they'll have an arcade mode or something. They always have cheat codes in that.
Yeah.
Because there's a large amount of people who don't like play GTA. They'll buy the game and just like drive around, shoot stuff.
Yeah,
like,
just sandbox mess.
Yeah,
mess up,
just mess around.
Yeah.
But in terms of like making an actual single player, if they can, because it's one thing I'm not so crazy about with GTA 5's story. It kind of like is a bit too fast paced. Like there are parts in GTA 4 where like you're chasing a guy who owes money and you get into like a knife fight. And that's like hours into the game. In GTA 5, you're like using an M4 like 3 hours into the game. You know?
Yeah.
It's
because the last one was all about like the heists. I guess they're doing the drug smuggling thing on this one.
Well, they teased it in GTA 5.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a whole mission where you're involved in smuggling drugs, and it's like the sending it to like Miami and shit when you're playing as Trevor.
Oh right, yeah, it has been a while.
That's true.
Obviously it's been since, I think I've played it since 2015. It was or something. Whenever that re-release version came out. I'll be intrigued because like when those GTA 5 like original trailers start coming out, it seemed more like this isn't just a video game. It's like more like
they're event games.
Yeah, they are event games.
They're a big deal.
And everyone plays them, everyone buys them,
except me.
And they, you know,
you've played and bought all of them. You've played more GTA than me and Ali.
I have, because I played the good GTA, which was GTA 4, one of the best games ever made. No, that is actually true. It's better than GTA 5.
No.
Realistic driving, only thing a GTA needs. Crappy characters, crappy story, crappy everything. Good driving, only thing that matters.
GTA 4 are good characters and story.
No, but if it had no characters, if the game had no story, it would still be better than GTA 5 just because it's driving.
So true. Any other notes on Grand Theft? Do you think it's going to be neutered without some of those writers though, or what?
I don't know. It depends what they tried to do with it. Because honestly, I played a little bit of GTA 5 a year or two ago, and in the current climate, it's not that tight. I think they kind of overdid it with the humor, and it was the humor is very of its time.
Yeah, it must have been written around like 2010, 2012 sort of time.
Yeah. So I think if they have more of a GTA 4-ish approach with humor,
a bit more subtle.
Just less all the time. You know, not that GTA 5 has bad writing or anything, but like I like the contrast of like Nico Bellic is like a pretty dark story really, and and like he's a nasty character really, and then you turn on the radio in GTA 4 and you just hear like the most bullshit you've ever heard.
He was more of like a straight man, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was much less laughing at him. You're laughing at like the characters he's interacting with.
Yeah.
And how he's reacting to them.
And he was Russian, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's from like a fictional,
like
Eastern European. country.
Yeah. Yeah, because they went for that whole like 3 protagonist thing in 5, which I guess they won't be doing anymore. Maybe you'll just switch between them.
Yeah, I was wondering that if they're gonna have that at all, because it's
true.
It's the first female GTA protagonist in like, well, since one of the PSP ones or something like that. So yeah, I don't know if that's a feature they'll keep. I don't think it's something they should rely on.
Yeah, it was a fun experiment.
Yeah.
But you don't have like the same affinity you wind up having for a character like Arthur, where you're just with him the whole time.
Yeah, and it led to problems with like the ending. I found
the choice ending. That was a trend around that time as well, though, wasn't it? Like weird, like.
Well, but GTA 4 had it as well.
What had choice endings?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, you had missions in mid-story that would change the story.
Okay.
Because who you sided with.
Yeah, it would
I
like
never
slightly
played 4.
change stuff, and then, but it was always just like choose A or B, then choose A or B, then choose A or B.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a tree going out. It was just like
Yeah.
a straight line.
It's just not really something I'm hungry for anymore. Is like the choice stories in games.
See, I quite like the subtle changes to cutscenes in Red Dead, where like the outcome is the same, but it's just slightly influenced by like how you play with the honor system.
Yeah, yeah. But that even had its own issues, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I know is that a 17-year-old is responsible.
For being the hacker.
Got arrested in London like yesterday. And I think, can't confirm this, but I believe he might have tried to blackmail Rockstar.
I think he did, because the guy who leaked it all left a thing like with the contact details saying,
Wow.
like, contact me, and
Was he trying to leak? Was he trying to leverage the source code or something?
I got no idea.
Yeah.
But
But in the day, it's like, if you're fucking smart with computers, be a white hacker. And that's not... White hackers like term for someone who breaches company security to find the issues to help them develop it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's like one of those hackers. It's like, if you're that smart, make an insane career out of it. Don't just don't end up in prison trying to blackmail the biggest game company ever. Because they win. Dumbass.
Well, yeah, it's like you're ruining a lot of work.
yeah, and I feel for the devs.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not how you want your like really hard work to be shown off.
Yeah, as you say, it should be like a after the fact type thing, a special features type thing.
I think in a way though, it can kind of work to their advantage.
Yeah, they can spin it into being.
This
like,
is the start of the
press.
hype train.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, like, as cool as it was with GTA 5, the first trailer was like, whoa, you know.
But like
now,
when they had full control over it, though, with like Red Dead 2, when they were just like changing the profile picture, that was cool.
That was amazing.
That was like a really cool way of doing it. Where now that's kind of been taken away from them.
No, they'll drop a trailer this year and it'll be lit.
That was already kind of ruined by them having to like go on social media and say, by the way, we are working on it.
Yeah, they did a full like announcement, basically.
Yeah,
saying that it won't, because people were saying it was going to be delayed as a result of it, but they're kind of confirming that it was still on track for whatever the internal.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a long way off.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they announce a date and then delay it, because they did that with GTA 5. They did it with Red Dead.
But this is like footage that is 3 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So they're close to trailer stuff anyway, surely.
Yeah, but
that was
the Rockstar timeline
stuff.
is like trailer out, release date in like 2 years, then delay it another year.
I think we'll get a trailer within the next year.
Yeah.
At some point. It might be just be a teaser, but there will be a trailer of some kind.
And on that note, we'll see you after these.
Bye, Bear Bear. Bye, Bear Bear.
I do declare, bye, Bear Bear.
Bear Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below.
Garlic mayo and some fucking salad, and then you fucking twist it and pull it and...
Are you ready for part 2, or do you need to do anything?
Yeah, I'm ready now. After seeing that.
Welcome to the second half of the cast, where we head over to the suggestion thread on the subreddit and answer questions. Head over there if you want to ask us whatever you feel like, just like animation did. Animation. Anima said, I've been watching some of the old Jar channel and was wondering, is there any style of content you'd like to bring back? from the old channel, like the blabs or reviews?
Bring back the blabs. Bring back the blabs.
Bring back the blabs.
No, absolutely not.
Blabs were so good.
Blabs are awful.
Really good.
They were unstructured, unorganized.
They were perfectly
and
structured.
They had no continuous
They had
subjects.
they had one topic and it was just explore it till its end.
Yeah, which is cringe. Because we shit talk. We don't need that. No blabs.
It's cringe. We don't need it.
Well, this is a democracy, so who votes for blabs?
I do.
Aye. You say?
Oh, the Beltman dictatorship at it again. Ooh, if Jamie votes for I will. Hee hee.
You go out of your way to disagree with me and Alex, and then complain when we disagree with you.
I never do that. Don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about reviews?
Well, they are still a thing on our channel.
They exist.
Yeah.
We're all in favour of cancelling James' reviews.
Oh, fuck.
See, I just proved you wrong.
No,
bitch.
let's bring back the Final Fantasy 14 playthrough.
What's Final Fantasy 14?
We never did that.
Yeah, that's an online.
Final Fantasy 14?
Wait, isn't that the one with lightning?
That's 13.
That's 13.
13.
14's the one that's actually
Who
good.
did it? I can't even play through an hour of.
in the room. No, if we're bringing anything back from the R&L days,
We're not talking about R&L. If we're bringing anything back from R&L,
we'll bring
it's
back
breakfast.
Yeah. If we're doing anything, if we're gonna record gameplay of anything, it's gonna be Infinity Strash.
Infinity Strash.
James,
What's Infinity?
you must
Strash?
know about Strash.
Hehe.
What is Infinity Strash?
Bro, I'm serious.
It's not Blanky.
Jim, Just go on your phone and search Infinity Strash.
Not while the Jar Media podcast is running, I'm afraid.
This is the one time you're allowed.
I need James's authority.
No.
You've got to explain to him what Infinity Strash is then.
Into the realm.
Find out what Infinity Strash is,
How do you
please.
spell Strash?
It's S-T-A...
No,
S-T-R-A-S-H.
STIRSA.
No,
Infinite.
Infinity Strash.
Ooh. Yeah, that looks cool.
I've really got an an obsession with.
Check it out.
What is funny? What is that?
Dragon Trail Hunter World. It's an advert.
Infinity Strash is.
When you first sit down to play
Oh.
Elden Ring,
That's Elden Ring.
Show James Strash.
Oh, it's a fucking Dragon Quest game.
Yeah, it's a Dragon Quest spin-off.
What's Strash?
It's a made-up word. Strash. I've just ever since I heard it, I can't eject it from my brain.
How did you hear of Infinity Strash?
Well, I've got ears and eyes all over the damn place. But yeah, it's Square Enix they have a run of like the worst named games. I've got like a list up here. Triangle Strategy. Babylon's Fall.
What's wrong with Babylon's Fall?
Yeah, it's quite cool actually.
Okay, that's one that you don't agree. The Diofield Chronicle.
Okay, I can agree with that one. That one isn't that good.
The Centennial Case.
Mm.
A Shijima story.
Oh, bro, have you played the Centennial Chase yet? The Chomi Chronicle.
Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin.
How many Final Fantasy Origins have there been?
Yeah, how many, like, origins are there?
What about this one? Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars.
Jesus Christ.
Balan Wonderworld.
Some of this shit gotta be lost in translation.
Voice of Cards, The Beasts of Burden.
What's all this voice of
That could be Jamie's new nickname, the Beast of Burden.
Oh,
The Diofield Chronicle.
You said that already.
the Digimon trifecta.
Nothing beats Infinity Strash.
Infinity Strash is just simple and, like, rolls off the glung.
Harvestella. Valkyrie Elysium. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. Octopath Traveler sucks. That's a really I like the game, but the name is awful.
It is a very bad name.
Octopath.
What about Dragon Quest 2 3D HD remake?
They should have called it 8-Path Traveler.
It's the Octo thing. It makes me think of like it should have a mascot that's like an octopus or something. But there's no octopus.
Speaking of octopus, is Dr. Octopus the best Spider-Man villain?
Yes.
Here we go again. Marvel Spider-Man.
What's your problem, man?
We had like 100 episodes of talking about Marvel. We don't need it anymore.
You know, I hear you talk about cars every day, but when you start talking about a car, I don't spread my cheeks and shit all over you.
Okay.
Let me talk about Dr. Octopus a second.
Okay, sure. Go for it. Beast of Burden.
He's a really good character because he's a goodie, then he goes bad.
That's always a good one.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything from Forspoken? That's that Square Enix game.
Forspoken?
Yeah, where
it looks
it's been made fun of because of the like dialogue.
Oh, is that the one with Destiny or whatever?
Destiny.
Well, they always talk about Destiny and Chaos. Is it the Chaos one?
That's Final Fantasy.
Where he's like,
Yeah.
I gotta fight Chaos. He's always talking about Chaos.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy 15, 16.
So let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons. Oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop. Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, kill jacked up beasts. I'll probably fly next.
The gameplay looks sick though.
Looks like Final Fantasy 15. I think it's the same director.
And guess who finished it?
I did finish Final Fantasy 15.
3 times.
Nah, I've finished Elden Ring 3 times. I've got one more achievement to get.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dork.
Loser.
Lame.
Fucking nerd.
Well, speaking of, Big Man Morris says, I listened to episode 215 recently where, in it, Alex defined a Dibby for a student writing an EPQ. I couldn't help but remember Alex's I Hate Superheroes 2017 video, where he calls the Joss Whedon Justice League Steppenwolf a Dibby. Would you say Steppenwolf is an ironic, ugly Dibby, or was that just a quick way of calling him a dud? Also, Jim said Dark Souls didn't have Dibbies, which deeply offended me because he utterly forgot to mention the Crystal Lizards, which are the Dark Souls Dibby.
Crystal Lizards are not Dark Souls Dibbies. Closest thing to a Dibby in Dark Souls is the Mushroom Men.
What about those little, like, creepy crawlies that you kill and get, like, upgrade materials?
Yeah, that's the Crystal Lizards. They're not Dibbies. You see them close up, they just look like lizards. Lizards aren't
fucking Dibbies.
Lizards aren't Dibbies. Mushroom Men.
Pots that walk around and spin around. Dibbies.
Nah, James, hop on your phone right now. Google Dark Souls Mushroom Men.
Fuck's sake.
What about the those lizards that just are big eyes?
They're not Dibbies, they're horrible.
So Dibbies can't be horrible.
No. Dibbles can't be scary. You see the basilisks in Dark Souls and you're like, oh shit.
If people don't think these are Dibbies, know nothing. They are absolutely Dibbies.
The
Mushroom
Mushroom
men are absolutely Dibbies.
Crystal lizards now.
Mushroom men, Dibbies.
James House says this. How much do you guys actually enjoy drinking? Do you sip on a glass of whiskey in the evening or actively choose to have a beer or glass of wine over something like a can of Coke with your meal? How much do you desire the feeling of being drunk?
I only like getting pissed when I'm playing video games. I don't like drinking. I quite
like
regularly.
drinking, but I just don't like the suffering. The dehydration.
Nah, once you're 15 matches into Apex and you're shitting on an entire squad by yourself, the suffering is worth it.
I like it. It makes me feel good.
And really good at Apex.
But do you find that it's like a different feeling depending on what you're drinking?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have like a tier list?
Vodka is S tier.
Yep.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Because it's just the clearest.
It's
like the least bogged down.
It doesn't fill your tummy wummy up because you're just drinking like a little bit of vodka and like a light drink like Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that's
Pineapple
S tier.
rum.
Rum is up
Rum's
there as
pretty
well.
good.
I'd say rum is A. Wine.
I really like wine.
I like wine, but I don't really like being drunk from wine. It's like too strong of a taste.
Yeah, and it makes your lips go stain purple if you're drinking red.
Yeah, and your teeth.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put that in B, but I would consume wine on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
Than, like
Wine
I
with a
like
meal.
getting home from work and pouring a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but just the one glass or whatever.
I don't know if you guys are, but I like cider a lot. A nice dry cider.
I'd probably put cider in B tier as well.
Yeah.
Beer.
Because you can kind of do the same thing with cider where you can get like a nice strong 8% one, so you don't need to drink as much of it.
Yeah, true.
Beer, I feel like, is
are we
across the
talking
whole
lager
spectrum.
or ale?
Well, that's what I mean.
Let's say ale first. I'd say ale is A. Lager probably would have been S tier for me, but it changed. I might put it down in B with cider.
Yeah, my big knock against lagers is just the quantity thing. You just feel so bloated if you have
And
a
they
lot of
taste
it.
bad.
I like the taste though.
Yeah, I like the taste. It depends on the lager, obviously, but
Yeah, do you count IPAs in that as well?
no,
They're different.
A in IPA means ale. So
True, you're
I'd
right.
put IPA
You're
with
absolutely right.
ale. And whiskey, I'd probably put down in B, maybe C.
Yeah, whiskey's contextual for me.
Yeah, it's like
I have to really want it.
it's like a full stop as well.
A nightcap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cocktails are good.
Yeah. I find cocktails to be quite sickly though.
Yeah, it depends on what type, surely. Because I find that with a bunch of IPAs or whatever, they can be really sickly. You didn't say gin.
Gin.
I'm a big fan of gin,
Yeah, I like a gin.
especially that Roku gin.
I'd probably put it up in an A.
Yeah, I think it would be A for me. If not S.
And then I'd put James in the tingle tier.
Your T.
T.
What's the T, sis?
That one upset James. I'd tread carefully if I were you.
Oh god. Super Shiny Boy 64 says, have any of you ever felt too socially or emotionally exhausted to record an episode for the podcast? I've always admired the consistency of the podcast uploads, and I wondered if any of you Ever had a time where you just didn't feel like joining the others that day and had to reschedule the recording or something?
A lot.
Yeah, this happens now and again.
Every early jar, that was a consistent thing. There was a lot of episodes I missed because I just didn't want to do them because I wasn't mentally there. Common thing. A lot of the early episodes are like that. Not now, because now it's just like Jamie just says hi, and I'm like,
Yeah, when this does happen, though, we tend to just be like, okay, we're not going to record today then.
I'd like to say these situations recently have been Alex has gone to McDonald's and eaten one too many triple cheeses, then he sits down, he's like, I feel a bit sicky, so then we don't record.
Bam in the toilet and vom mouth in the sink.
Vom. Yeah.
So we
there was that one where we went for that really nice pub meal, and I was just like so swollen and tired.
Yeah, and you said something really stupid like WhatsApp being a fucking social media.
It was that one.
It was.
Where you dogpiled me for that.
You don't get
Yeah, you did.
But it's I'd say it's more often it's like fatigue that stops it. It's not like emotional or social exhaustion.
Because sometimes some of the best ones are like you feel like shit or whatever, but then you just start recording.
Yeah, and when
changed.
you get the second wind hits you.
Yeah, and then it's spun the other way.
Don't get second winds.
Okay,
I've never had a
you
jar
just get second wind.
Yeah, I get that kind of second wind.
Okay. Stick 'em Up says, Alex, would you describe yourself as having acid rain in your veins? What do you think, guys?
Well, it was for you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to answer.
Why, think for yourself for once.
I can't. I need you guys to tell me what to think.
Yep.
Just say okay.
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 Hollery says, hello, Jar. I always find it interesting to hear your anecdotes on connecting with the youth, such as your younger cousins. Any run-ins or stories about them Zoomers?
No, I ain't seen them for a minute.
Don't like Zoomers.
What did you say?
What about your nephews?
They're younger than Zoomers. They're the next generation from Zoomers.
God, what comes after Zoomer?
Tuners.
Tuners.
Yeah, it's like the tunes from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, they're just so cartoons.
Do you know what a tuner is?
No.
It's only goons to tunes.
Really?
Yeah, that's what a tuner is.
So you?
No.
Is a hooner then a hentai gooner?
No, it's just that's a tuner.
Yeah, so you are a tuner.
No, I'm a fooner.
Fooner. Yeah, we have some funny run-ins with our cousins.
The best era was when like Fortnite was still relatively like new.
Yeah.
And they were all getting into like Fortnite dances and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously we had a perspective of Fortnite being gamers. You know?
We knew the truth, sort
being
of thing.
cringy gamers.
Yeah.
But like what generation are you?
Millennial.
I'm right at the end of millennial, I think.
And I'm
a millennial.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
Oh, maybe.
Millennial is what games you played as a kid on the system, not when you were born.
It's not about
because I relate to millennials, not cringy fucking whatever we're called. You're called, I mean.
We're Zoomers.
No, we're not Zoomers.
I'm a Zoomer.
I thought we were baby boomers.
No, I thought you were Generation X.
No, I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, we're Gen X.
Gen Z.
We Gen Z.
I thought it was Generation X.
Yeah, we're X. They're Zoomers. We're X.
Well, where's Generation Y then? Wait, how?
There's
it
no
doesn't
Y.
make sense though.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense because you're on the cusp of a generation and I'm in the next one.
Yeah.
And the one beneath millennial is Z, right? Gen Z.
Zoomers.
Yeah. No, that's Zoomers. We're Gen X. For X-Files, because that's what you grew up with.
I'm Generation S for SpongeBob.
Have you seen
I'm Generation S for SpongeBob?
the latest Zoomer drama is that they're getting to the age where they're getting shocked about how like the F slur was used in the early 2000s and whatnot. And they're like discovering like episodes of Breaking Bad and stuff like this and that have it in, getting all surprised.
It's weird how words
it's
like
not
that.
frick.
It's weird how words like that are getting more power.
Do you think so?
Yeah, not to English people though. The F word is said in every job, everywhere, by everyone at the same time. When was the last time you said the...
Speak for yourself, bro.
Yeah, what? You say the F word?
What, fuck?
Yeah.
No, he's
No,
not.
we're not
F
talking about
slur.
the F slur.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about fuck.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, it was me. I misinterpreted that one. I've never said that word.
Yes, you have.
Because like every American comedy, well, not even just American comedy, like every comedy from that era, it's like weird now to like go back and watch.
This
like,
is what I'm saying though, but does that not give the word more power?
But give it power, or is it just like we've just kind of moved on?
I mean, like to
'Cause there's
to
loads
look
of words
back.
like that used to be used and that we've moved away from, and that's
No, I don't think it's wrong to move away from it, but to look back at like Breaking Bad and hear Jesse use that F slur and be like, "Wow, that actor really let himself down doing." It's like,
if that's your takeaway, yeah, instead of wow, things change really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's just like,
Wait till they find Family Guy.
Yeah. I guarantee Peter Griffin said it.
Well, he said much worse, that Peter.
Yeah. And the thing is, you got to live your life in a way. By if Peter Griffin does it, then so should I.
Well, I live my life based on what Net Newt sends in, which is this. Have you guys visited the Swindon Sewage Treatment Works? The photo on Google Maps makes it look incredibly scenic. And I took a screenshot to remind you guys.
Yeah.
Genuinely looks beautiful.
Yeah, the steamy fecal aroma being shone in the light.
The Swindon Sewage Treatment Works.
Sun. Yeah, it's like a steamy, misty fog floating above it all, being perfectly draped by sunlight of a beaming morning bloom.
They send Swindon's #1 photographer to make their most important locations seem beauty.
Maybe there is something to be said about it though. Maybe beauty is to be found in the
Grimmest places.
Yeah.
Alright, we got two more. Glitch Time Fail. Glitch Time Fail has one that kind of feeds into something James was saying earlier. Hey guys, just wanted to mention that I'm currently 10 hours into Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, why did that happen to come up earlier?
Yeah, and I'm completely in love with it.
Yes!
Despite hearing harsh criticism from yourselves and others, I love the characters, the world, and the gameplay. Just goes to show how subjective a piece of media can be. My question is, what piece of media do you love, yet the general opinion is that it stinks, or vice versa?
None, because I'm right about everything, bruv. Nothing.
Full Harmony Vegas.
That's everyone loves that.
Yeah, it's one of those beloved games ever, isn't it?
No. Not according to you two, anyway.
Dark Souls 2. Wee.
It's not the general opinion that that game stinks, though.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I don't like bad things.
Oh yeah, here we go again. Up on his ivory tower.
I like rubbish movies. I think Spider-Man 1, the Sam Raimi one, is a masterpiece. But everyone likes that movie.
But yeah, that's not like one that everyone thinks stinky.
But I think it's actually perfect in every way. It has 0 flaws. And the same can be said for Spider-Man 2. And you know what? I'm gonna go there. I think Dark Souls is actually a masterpiece.
Wait, no, really? My opinion is, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Final Fantasy 12? A lot of people poo-poo on that game. I think Final Fantasy 12, like, the world just feels so much more, like...
Juicy,
and, like, I can sink my teeth into it and be like, dear. Whereas Final Fantasy 13 is... It pushed way more into the sci-fi bit. The fantasy elements aren't really there for me. Whereas...
You take the crystal powers, like, just so far.
Yeah, and it's like so flashy and like...
Yeah, because 12, like, it had the technology angle of like having airships and stuff that are powered by crystals and shit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like just on the border of taking it too far.
Yeah. But it's way more fantasy.
You know, Chloe Zhao, who directed The Eternals, big Final Fantasy fan.
No way.
Makes sense why the movie's so shit then.
You were just championing Final Fantasy 13.
I don't know what you're on about.
Good soundtrack, at least.
Yeah,
Beautiful soundtrack.
I will admit it has a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
As cringy as it may be.
Right, let's end on this one from Hysteria55, who's got an anecdote.
So. Yeah, go for it.
No questions, so we can relax. Jar Jar Bear, I've got a little story to tell you. So, flashback to a few weeks ago, I'm chilling with my dad. It's late at night and there's nothing on TV. He asks if I've got any ideas on something to put on. I thought about showing him Jar before, because we have semi-similar interests, but I decided not to show him the cast as it might be a bit too weird and deep cut for a noob like him. So I put on The Boys Season 2, As Good As They Say. It goes for 10 minutes or so and he says, "It's a bit boring. Not enough friction and drama between the hosts." Realizing now my dad is actually a dopamine and drama gooner, I put on the most recent cast, the Slay episode. At the start, it's going fine. The boys just talking about Biden farts. I'm not sure my dad knows who Crowder is, but if he did, I know he would appreciate some clowning on him. He was confused by the farts swear censor, which I had to explain, as well as the makeup and cat ears prompting him to ask if they are gay? Maybe helped by Jamie's homoerotic comments on Crowder. But anyway, we then get into housekeeping. I'm not worried about this section until the first question, which is immediately about gooning. As I sat there, I hoped maybe I could sidestep this issue, as just the word goon itself is not self-explanatory until Jamie just has to drop the bombshell. Is there something peculiar about masturbating to cartoons? Starting a whole philosophical and ethical debate about masturbating, jerking, gooning, hentai and porn. Not being a quitter, I just sat there and hope he's finding this a stimulating debate. We sit for another maybe 20 minutes or so till my dad goes up to bed. But before being dumbfounded after I explain that the two guys from the movie review were the same guys on the cast. In the end, he did say the cast was quite weird and funny, so you've achieved that at least. Anyway, in conclusion, all I'd like to say is, I guess, thanks, Jar, never change, smiley face.
Please never show us to your parents ever again, thank you.
Show us to your grandparents especially.
Yeah.
And pre-order Infinity Strash.
We know we're going to. Jar Media brought to you by Infinity Strash.
Brought to you by Tears of Wisdom, the Nightmare Saga.
Use code GOON to get a pre-order bonus for Infinity Strash.
To unlock.
You're fucking daft, fam.
What do you think the Strash is, if you had to define it?
Well, there's infinite of them, So how could you really?
Yeah, get fucked.
No, it's Infinity Strash. Like,
Yeah, get fucked. Hey!
maybe it's Japan's version of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, that would be cool. The Infinity Gauntlet in the Quest fucking Dragon realm or whatever.
I saw a like a cap being sold in a in one of those, like, you know, motorway pit stops.
A cat?
A cap,
Oh, a cap.
like a hat
Yeah.
that said
An Infinity
it
Strash,
had Thanos on it, and like text saying Thanos army.
Why didn't you buy it?
I was tempted.